Guten Tag, everyone. Here's Herr McCluskey. I just want to give you a very, very quick overview of our Pluralformen, or plural forms. It's a concept that I think you are familiar with, but it's something I do want to go over in sort of the German nuances of it, and then also some tools to help you out in figuring out plural forms that I don't give to you, that you can figure out on your own. So, just to quickly review, even though I'm pretty sure that the plural form is something that you are familiar with from your English classes, from elementary school, and also from your English class here. So the singular is when you only have one noun. So that's one person or thing that you're talking about. So the dog, like here. Then in the plural form, that's when we have more than one dog. So the dogs. So that could be two or more in German, just like it is in English. We don't differentiate. So there's just singular when there's only one of something, and plural when there's more than one of something. Again, you'll need this, if you're just talking about, oh, the dog is there, or you want the dogs here, because who wouldn't want all of these dogs? Now, plurals in German, just like in English, they're going to look generally similar to the singular form of the word, but they'll have an ending. So it's maybe a letter or two letters in German, and you will see some common ones pop up, and you'll actually probably start, figuring out plurals on your own. So for example, when we have Bleistift is one pencil, to make the plural, we just add in the letter E on the end of the word Bleistifte. Now each noun in German is going to have a ending. You're going to see ones that pop up more commonly like E, en, s, er. You'll get the hang of it as you start seeing them more and more. Now, some things that I need you to keep in mind. We've been doing a lot with the form of the, so that's the der, die, and das, but actually something that's easier for the plurals. So if you're talking about more than one of anything, in German, the der, die, and das is always die. So again, if you're talking about pencils, so even though it was der Bleistift, in the plural, it's going to be die Bleistifte. So it doesn't matter if the form of the was der, die, or das in the singular. In the plural, it's always going to be die. So it'll switch to die in the plural, even if it was der or das before. So for some of the plurals, you may need to start memorizing those just like you did the forms of the before. But again, I think that's actually going to be easier than the forms of the, because you'll start to figure out patterns of when an E is put on the end or an EN is put on the end. And then make sure that you are using plurals when you need to. So when you're writing, if you're talking about books, make sure that you use that you are using the actual plural form of a word. Because think about it, if you are saying something like the book are here, it sounds a little silly. So we want to try and get the plurals right and use them when we need to as much as possible. So some helpful tools. So in dictionaries, and this is also true of our PowerPoints for vocabulary, the plurals for nouns are in parentheses at the end of the word. So you'll see that it'll give you a der here, or, it'll tell you masculine, feminine, or neuter, depending on the dictionary. And then at the end, it'll give you like a dash, and then here is the letter E. So that means that we put an E on the end of the word. And of course, the form of the for plural is always going to be D. Sometimes you'll see words where there are no letters, where it might be a dash or something like that at the end of the word. That just means that the plural form of the word looks the same as the singular does. So we have these in English as well, where our singular and plural forms look the same. Like, I'm trying to think, like moose or deer. Those look the same. Now, I did want to point out, though, specifically leo.org. So if you are unsure of a word, like if you just typed in Bleistift into Leo, when you look at the entries, so it gives you the English obviously on the left-hand side, but then it gives you the German. Then if you look, what I've highlighted here, PL for plural, it gives you the plural form for every word in German. So if you're having a hard time navigating one of the vocabulary PowerPoints or traditional dictionary, Leo, it gives it right to you right here for the plurals. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there, but if you have any other questions or you don't really understand, please let me know, and then let's get into some activities that are going to really help you understand that. So, danke und auf Wiedersehen.